Uh, well, it's on now. I forgot to push the button before I started the loading. Uh, it's fine. It's fine. Test? Okay, sights and sounds. Hello everyone, my name is Allie. I'm from Ok2BeFat because it is okay to be fat. Welcome to your Yakuza Like Dragon stream. We stream all of the Yakuza Like Dragon games. This is Like a Dragon Ishin. Welcome. 26 real. Alright. And 2 worms. Yamazaki was silenced in the barracks. Oh. Right. Because Hanjungi got super killed. Okay. I remember us talking about that sort of briefly with Adachi. It was during the point where we got to see Kiryu's inside out eyeballs, so I feel like that was a little bit more of an impression. But sure. Where am I? What am I doing? Well, oh, I'm right by the temple. Okay. What's this over here? The inn. That was a plot important. Alright. Well, I'm gonna head for Mukurogai and the joy of Mahjong. That's where I'm going. Oh, do you want a taste? Because we can do that. Oh no, before I forget. Thank you to Cinder Gang for the follow. I appreciate that so much. Thank you. Alright, no! Fuck your armor. Armor, you have none. Oh, there's another guy? Come on, guy. This is the point at which you should run away. If you were the last guy to give you Rex, like, I simply don't understand that. Why wouldn't you just run away? It's what I would do. 100%. Like, oh, 5 people are here and 4 of them just got wrecked by, like, this giant beef dude. I'm out, man. I'm not sticking around. I mean, unless one of them was, like, I don't know, Josh, and then I would have to, like, I don't know, do something. But if it's not Josh, and, like, why would Josh get wrecked by Kiryu? He never would. You have to be doing something wrong. Would you like to... Oh, sorry, Tifa. Tifa's in here with us, and, it looks like she would like to exit the room. You want to exit the bedroom, sweetie? There you go. Love you. Bye-bye. Good kitty. Man, y'all, Tifa is so judgmental. She's just judging me with her little fuzzy judgy face. And I'm like, why? I know I'm not as good as a cat, okay? Whom among us besides a cat is? No one. Oh, yeah, I was gonna put them worms away. Gilded said, hey, how's it going? I'm still feeling kind of sick, so I wish I didn't. But I think I just gotta, like, rest up until I don't feel like this anymore. This sucks. I don't want to prolong it by trying to take on too much. I mean, I'm so tired and, like, stuff that I kind of... It's like, a lot of times when people are like, you should rest, and I'm like, don't want to. But not the case at the moment. At the moment, I would love to rest because, I just want to rest, eat hot chip, play Yakuza, and lie. That's all I want. I just, like, a couple of weeks ago remembered Eat Hot Chip and Lie, and then I introduced it to Josh because he had not seen it before, and that was a lot of fun. Come on, guys. What's going on here? Are we stuck? What's happening? Oh yeah, if I wasn't here, I'd just be playing 8. It's true. But I'm also, like, bare minimuming some of the household chores. Because, like, Josh is doing some stuff that I normally would try to do, and, like, I'm the handyman in our house. Like, I do the little handyman things because I'm, like, I have a degree in theater design. Getting the degree in theater design meant learning how to use all the power tools. So I'm, like, medium level handy. Like, I can definitely, fix a pulled out screw. You know, we had a door and, like, the casing, or the not casing, the hinge had, like, pulled out of the wood. I could fix that. You know, I can replace all the handles on a cabinet. That's not a problem. You know, various little hanging tasks, putting on door stops, you know. I fixed a bunch of the plaster in our old house when it got cracked. Like, you know, the huge. I can't, like... I know a little bit of electrical wiring, but, like, not enough to, like, feel comfortable doing that on a house. Like, I have done stuff like rewired a lamp, but it's been a long time, and I don't know if I would feel super comfortable doing it now. But, you know, I know a little bit about that stuff, but not really enough to attempt it. I can do, like, a quick fix on, like, some, like, I've fixed plumbing leak with, like, putty and stuff, but, like, if you need someone to take the pipe out and put another one in, like, I cannot do that. But normally I'm kind of doing, like, little tasks and stuff, especially since we have very recently moved in. There's a bunch of little tasks. Need door stops. No door handles hitting a wall. Don't like that. But I'm, like, you know, I'm arranging stuff in the garage and stuff like that. So normally I'm just trying to, like, I'm in the middle of doing all the other stuff. I'm trying to do little handy tasks, and, like, no, not right now. I'm like, no, all that handy person shit's just gonna have to wait. Handy ma'am. That's pretty good. It sunk 28 hours into Yakuza 8. Yeah, I mean, I definitely see people talking about, like, sprinting ahead from where we are. I know that, like, tournament. I'm in chapter 3, and we played it all weekend and, like, after work and after streams and stuff. So we're playing it pretty non-stop in our, you know, free time, but also, like, some people just have more free time, you know. But there, like, I was like, let's move it forward a little bit, just because, like, I think we may have just moved to chapter 4. I didn't want to, like, remove all of the, like, points of interest from the, like, little bit of the map that we had open, so we decided to kind of push forward a little bit. But, like, there's so many distractions, and, like, with any, like, anytime I, like, kind of crack open a new Yakuza game, I really just want to, like, wander around and, like, look at stuff. Forstein, I'm the handy one in the apartment too. Nice. Josh is really very, good at doing things that need, like, doing repetitively. And I am not as good at that. Like, you know, dishes need washing, stuff like that, like, kind of all the time. And I'm not as good at that kind of stuff. I get distracted. I don't always do, like, the same things, you know. It, it, it's really easy to kind of get distracted and wander off. Hell yeah. So, like, there's some fiddly shit that I do, but, like, if it's something where it's just, like, this thing needs to be done continuously on a loop for forever, then, Josh is, like, pretty good at just looping the loop there. And I am not so much good at that. So, that's kind of how we tend to have things divided. Hell yeah. I'd really like to get that 5 if it was possible, but it doesn't. It seems like dipping. I mean, it's kind of the same though, isn't it? Like, yeah, it's like statistically roughly the same. Alright. But yeah, like, I'm kind of the person who's like, doing stuff with, like, fuck. With, like, you know, organizing stuff and like, fixing things. Peace. That must be Pinfu. That's so rude. I can't believe you've done this to me. I don't need that. But yeah, we're having a really nice time with the new game. Josh kind of, because I felt so sick, this past weekend, he was kind of letting me, like, steer and play as much as I wanted, and then, you know, yesterday, I kind of felt well enough to, like, let him drive some, and get, like, his chance to play, so... He got to play more yesterday, but, ooh, bud, I do love, I do love a difficult RPG battle. Cause I was replaying, like, Tactics. We went to the Japanese store today, and I got a notebook for practicing kanji. It has guidelines in it where hiragana mostly, and it has an otter on it. Oh, I forgot to pin the thing. Y'all, this game has a photosensitivity and epilepsy warning, so please be aware of that. That is important for people to know. We're just gonna keep that because Gaiden has the same warning. Reesh. Play into my hand. Do it. Ah. But yeah, it's gorgeous. The game is gorgeous. It's beautiful. I'm enjoying it very much. It's really nice, especially when I'm feeling ill, to have new Yakuza to play. 'Cause I hate being ill. You know, that special trait that I have, that makes me special is that I don't know, like, I'm not like other people. 'Cause I don't like being sick. Oh, bud. I know that, like, the thing is, like, I don't even know 100% for sure with a, yeah, fuck it. I'm gonna cheat. With a, sample size of just me that, like, not taking the supplements for long COVID support is what is driving this. I don't know that. I mean, I was already having a flare, and it seemed like it was getting better, and now it got sharply worse, and it's better than it was this weekend and Monday, but still, I'm just like, I'm glad I didn't know about this, because if I had known about this, I maybe would have had a harder time forcing myself to do the colonoscopy, which I already didn't want to do. And, like, it's important, so I'm not sorry I did it, but yeah. It's like when you do a COVID test, the second nostril is always so much worse than the first one. 'Cause you know. Or, like, if you do the, that glaucoma test where they, like, puff air into your eyes, like, you know it's coming the second time, and it's really hard to make yourself keep that eye open for that second poof of air into your eyeball. Ugh, that's the worst thing. Like, thanks, I hate it. I'm gonna keep that west for another round or two. I do so badly at that test, they're going, sorry. Ah! It's the worst. Alright. Fine, west. Goodbye. It's so hard to, like, I don't know. It's just like a major shock coming. It's like, oh no! Alright, I don't like that. Alright, get rid of the 5. Doing good, friendos. It's all coming up good ways, I guess. No, I would prefer to keep the 5. Thank you. That should do it. Tenpai, baby! There was another one the last time where I had to keep my eye open and look at the thing. Yeah. It's not what you want. Ah, fuck. I'm used to it now, but I gotta say, the first time an eye doctor, ah, fuck. No! My ranking will go down. Flip the table over. I don't accept this. If you exit out before they change the rankings, it doesn't count. Yeah, the first time an eye doctor looked into my eyes after they were all dilated and whatnot and went, ooh, what the heck? I was like, okay? But it's like, it's happened so many times now. Like, they'll go get another person and be like, look at this! And it's just like, I guess, man. It's not what you want, no. You don't want the doctor to be like, wow, I've never seen anything like this. And just like, really? That seems bad. Is it bad? Give you a special talk that's called, so if this thing happens, your retina has probably detached. And I was like, what? My eyesight is really fucked. I appreciate, even, hey, it's Maxwell's Silver Hammer. I appreciate the, couple of eye doctors who has given me the real info, like if anyone tells you that you can get LASIK on these retinas, they are a liar and you should not believe them. And I was like, oh, it's like never? And they were like, It's like, okay. I don't even remember why at this point. Like, I don't know. But I'm just like, well, okay. I mean, honestly, being an artist, the idea of having someone do LASIK on my eyes is very frightening, and so I was never gonna do that anyway, probably. But, like, oh man, the idea of just, like, not having to worry about glasses every weekend, it's compelling. Or even getting the prescription to where it's not, like, so expensive every time also would be compelling, but yet. Hey, do we have more deliveries? North Tsushimi Ichibangai. Tomei-san. Alright. Thank you, and good luck. Here's a tip if you're playing this game, and you think to yourself, damn, I know I have a parcel, but, like, where the heck does the parcel go? Here's what you do. Go into your inventory. Go over to valuables. And then look at the parcel. It will tell you. Yeah, I had to get bifocals the last time, too. And, like, jeezy crazy. It was, like, like, being able to order glasses on the internet level of expensive. It was like $600 or something like that. It was ridiculous. But before Warby Parker and all of these other people started doing all of the stuff they're doing, it was already $600 to get glasses in the fucking 90s and shit. So it was always bad trying to get new glasses. And then I think I got Warby Parker's like twice, and now I have bifocals, and it's back to being expensive again. Suck. It's also taken me a bajillion years to get used to bifocals, because it might not surprise you to know that don't look there, look here. I'm like, I gotta remember that. It's not been work. It took so long to figure that out. Like where it was like kind of natural to like tilt my head to get the things to come back into focus. And still now sometimes I'm like, the heck? And it's like, no, you gotta do the tilty. We're on the tilt-a-whirl now with glasses. We gotta get to tilting. I was really frustrated with it, especially in the very beginning, because, like, part of the reason I wanted ding-dang bifocals in the first place, because they were like, you could probably go another few years without them, but I was like, no, this will be good, because, like, I do all this handwork, you know, with the cross stitch, and I was like, oh yeah, that'll, like, that, I do want that, because I'm doing that kind of shit all the time, and, like, mending, and, you know, other kinds of stuff like that, some kinds of drawing and things, and, like, and then it just absolutely borked that shit for literal months. Like, I could still do it, but I was constantly like, what the fuck am I doing? Where is this thing? It was just so, like, roof stoof at first, and I was like, I fucked myself with this. I thought this was gonna be better, and it's not better, it's worse. But it's fine now. Although I do still need a needle threader, because, like, them eyeballs just not getting it no more. Like, this is not sufficient. The floor is super slanted right there. Oof. Yeah, for me it was mostly a question of cross-stitching. But, like, I like to cross-stitch, so it was annoying. I think if it hadn't have been for the cross-stitching, I probably would have put it off, number one. And number two, yeah, I probably just would have put it off. And it might would have taken me longer, to get acclimated, because I wouldn't have had as good of a reason. What I'm doing right now, though, is, I think it's pretty good. Did I get, speaking of inventory, show me. Okay, I did not harvest the ginseng, but I do have all of the fanciest gear, so that's pretty good. I'm pretty happy with this, like, gear-wise. I could, so I got materials. Look at all of these seals, y'all. Like, this is ridiculous, and it don't count unless it's been applied. Like, it just, like, it shows up here, right? But it does not count for completion unless it's been successfully applied. What the heck? Oh! EXP. I have 5 Kiwami sphere seals. Why the sphere and the hexagonal seals being separated? The fact that when they gave out Kiwami seals as a whoopsie doodle, they only gave out, like, round ones? Ah, boy. What's oh, these are the duders I just beat up. Goodbye, Mr. Duders. What we got? What we got on the map? Oh, okay, so we got this guy up here. Okay. I didn't get, like, I'm, like, really not doing the completion this time, because I didn't do, like, I have not finished Another Life, which is the easiest one to finish, because I still have not gotten all the maters. Oh, really? Alright. Let's go sling some udon, I guess. Uh-oh. Thief! Hey, which way did they go? He took all my things! Oh, that's that guy that's the mystery ninja. That must be the man from the request. Stay here, I'll get him. Am I gonna have to chase this man? She was beleaguered to hell. So I feel like there's not too much I can say about Yakuza 8 because I am extremely not that far. But, because I just, like, I play a slow mosey for myself as well as for y'all is what I prefer. I like, one of the things that I think is really great about these games is how they, like, really do let you just mosey around and poke your nose into stuff. You could be as nosy as Kiryu. And I am. I can't keep going. Am I as nosy as Kiryu? No, clearly I'm not as nosy as Kiryu because I don't just march up to random people and be like, I overheard that you might need some help. Clearly. But, like, I really used to enjoy eavesdropping in like, restaurants and stuff. Or, like, movie theaters and places like that. It's like, if people were talking, I would just, like, listen to their conversation. Just out of interest and nosiness. Not, like, to really do anything with it, but just to be like, oh, I wonder what they're talking about. So, I have some of the nosiness, but certainly not the entire country of Japan's worth of nosiness like Kiryu has. End of the line. I'll be taking that woman's belongings back. But yeah, so, like, I'm not even that far into it. I can see that people are so much further along than we are. But, like, also, I, like, promised a no spoilers, like, kind of stream, and I feel like the combination of those two things makes it hard to talk about the game, too much. Like, because I'm not as far along as the diehard people usually are. I'm trying to avoid too many spoilers so that I can have, like, a pure experience for myself. And also, like, I said that I wasn't gonna do spoilers, and I, like, try to keep to that as much as I can. So, yeah, it's a little bit of a weird middle space. I don't go to many places now, but I like eavesdropping on people from my balcony. Aw, that sounds nice. Yeah, I can't really, like, hear anybody from the house, but I can see people walking their dogs. And that's, like, cool. I like to see people's dogs. There's a bar near here, and people take this street to walk there. Ooh. Then you're gonna get all the juicy details. Though you're gonna hear some juicy conversations potentially, maybe on the way back. um, I just love a difficult RPG battle. Like, I was trying to explain to Josh, and you'll see it. Like, if I had told y'all to like watch out for it, like we could have seen it in 7, but like I'll remind y'all in 8, because the button presses for the extra moves, the like kind of Paper Mario kind of little bitty quick time events that you get like extra damage on, like you did in 7. They're pretty quick button presses, and I am trying to do them pretty much every time, and I am failing about 50% of the time. Damn it. I can't let myself get caught here. Oh, he's just running off. Ah! He took off. Why he wasn't chaseable that time, I do not know, but that is what happened. Here's your stuff. Oh no, he stole my father's medicine. You've really saved me. No need to thank me. Kyo has been more dangerous lately, so just be careful. It's strange, though. From the way he was dressed, he must have been one of the chivalrous shinobi. Oh, that's rough. That's rough. He must have been one of the chivalrous shinobi. That's hard to say together. Y'all, try saying chivalrous shinobi like 3 times in a row. That's tough. That's almost a tongue twister. If it was like the chivalrous shinobi shoots seashells by the seashore, then you'd have like a, with his bow and arrow, you'd have a little bit of a tongue twister there. What are they? They're a group of ninja who act as gentlemen thieves. Normally, they've been allies to us poor townspeople. Oh, they're like Robin Hood guys. I can't say this too loudly, but they would steal from the wealthy who abuse their power and redistribute their valuables to the common folk. Oh, like Robin Hood or communism. I mean, why not just redistribute all of their money? You get to have this much, and if you have more than that, no you don't. That's communism. But lately, there have been rumors of shinobi going rogue and stealing from anyone they can. These chivalrous shinobi are starting to steal indiscriminately. That's not good. We're at a loss. All we could do was reach out to the Tachibana Gumi. So that's where the request came from. But this time, you saved me and my father. Thank you again. Omatsu needs to hear about this. I should report back to the Tachibana Gumi HQ. I figured out how to play Osatsuma on the harmonica I got for long COVID breathing exercises. Neat! That's cool. Alright, so before I do that, I'm just gonna go play some poker or koi koi or something. I have barely done gambling. We can chicken race. There's so many things that are available to do. Take me to the river. I will gamble. Thank you. So, like, as I was saying before we got ninja'd, there's, like, in Yakuza 7 and in 8, just, it works the same as it did in 7, so it's not a spoiler. But, like, there's these really short button presses that you can do to up the damage. And, like, the window to enter them is pretty short. And I'm failing at it about half the time, even though I'm really trying not to suck. And it's like, that's the reason why, right? Because Josh asked me about, I was replaying a tactics battle, because Final Fantasy Tactics will whip your entire ass straight into the ground and laugh at you. It will take all of your lunch money, soft lock your game, and then laugh in your face. Like, this game is not playing. It is not playing around. Yeah, I'll do it. And, like, I've kind of expressed before, like, somewhat of a disinterest, or to Josh, somewhat of a disinterest in playing games where you can just get, like, one-hit slam game overed if you fuck up even slightly. Like, I do, like, have, I do have a disinterest in those games. Like, I mean, in playing them. I'm interested in them as video games, because I'm interested in all video games, because I'm interested in the medium pretty intensely. But, like, I don't play horror games either because they're too scary. And I'm a wiener, and I can't be scared like that, man. But I am interested in how they work, because, like, a horror game has the potential to have totally different mechanics than a horror movie, and that's interesting. But, like, for me, I say no. But, for talking about, I'm like, hell yeah. I mean, a lot of the videos that I watch on YouTube are about, games that I'm probably not gonna ever play, because they're just not the kind of thing that I would play. So I watch a lot of videos about, like, Dark Souls, and I watch videos about, like, you know, I think, like, Devil May Cry, because I think that one's too hard for me, because I've tried it. Like, you know, I watch videos about bullet hell shooters, and I watch videos about, like, horror games, and RPGs I know I don't have time for, and stuff like that. I don't think this is going anywhere. It was not. Because, like, at the bottom line is that if you're interested in, like, games as an art form, you have to, like, at this point, you kind of have to engage with, like, ancillary media just in order to kind of keep up with what's going on, because, like, there's too many games, and there's, like, no time to play them all. There's just no way, especially if you really want to, like, I like to treat a video game like I like to treat an album. Like, I want to dig into that. Like, if it's really, really good, and I'm having a really, like, heckin' good time, I want to, like, dig in and go, like, you know, really, like, think about and live the album for a while. And so I'll, like, listen to one album for, like, a year, sometimes. Like, I mean, I'll listen to other stuff in between, but I'll just keep listening to the same thing over and over again, because, like, I don't know, I just like to do that. I've kind of always liked that, repetition, and I think it, like, gives, like, a comfort and a familiarity, but also just, like, you kind of notice different things eventually. I think it's, like, interesting and kind of fun to do that, as well as just being, like, super heckin' neurodivergent. You have the factor of the person needing to be concentrating on the game, which is a lot different. Yeah. So, like, Josh basically asked me, like, why do you not mind, replaying game overs in, like, tactics when you do not want to do that in something like Breath of the Wild. And I'm like, well, the reason why I think is because, or like I probably am never gonna play something like a Souls game. It would really be that like I'm just gonna see this out unless they start raising wildly. Oh, all right. It wasn't better than me. It was just a higher card. I'm gonna bet. And I was like, because the thing about something like that is, like, something that requires, like, precise timing. It's not even about learning the patterns. Like, I can learn the patterns. That's not, like, that much of a problem. But, like, something about, like, the timing preciseness, I just can't do it. Like, I know what I'm supposed to be doing, I just can't do it. And so, like, getting game over 30 times when you, like, when you can't execute and you know that you can't, and, like, because before Breath of the Wild, there was, like, you could get wrecked in the beginning of that game, and like before that you could like grind, like basically you just need to grind like temples or whatever, shrines, and get more hearts and whatnot, and that's how you get like, you know, easier stuff in that game. But like there's some stuff that's ridiculous in the new Zeldas, and like it's a kind of a change from the older Zeldas, like the, you know, Wind Waker kind of era Zeldas, where like you could like get better weapons. You know, you would grind more to get like better weapons, and you could come back, and then like it would be a little easier. You could get a better shield, get a better sword, you know, have a bunch of health items and stuff like that. And it's just like there was less of a, I don't know, like it just is inside out and backwards from how it used to be, and that's not wrong necessarily. It's just not as much to my personal taste, because like I kind of want to be able to like grind around if something's too hard. But I mean, I have an ace. I'm just gonna stay in unless they start raising wildly. Alright, well, fair. But when the problem is that it calls for like good twitch reflexes in like very short amounts of time, I'm like pretty clumsy. I just have the clumsy ADHD, and I just don't know that that's ever gonna happen. And so I feel like I'm just like, because I have like done multiple tries on these things, and it just eventually gets to the point where I'm like, I can't, you know? And the only way to like force me past that sometimes is like I'll either ask someone else to do that part for me, skip it if it's skippable, and like I think there's one game where I like did the thing where I actually got past the thing, but it was just because I wanted to see the rest of the game, and like it was Prince of Persia, Sands of Time, that fucking elevator. If you know, you know. Like fucking 15 times or some shit. You gotta be fucking kidding me. Like, I normally don't let myself get to the point where I'm like throwing a controller, but I did throw a controller gently at a pillow. I mean, I can't be buying new controllers all the time. Come on. But like that was so far into that game that I was just like, I have to see this through. And I really, really, really liked the rest of it, so I just kind of decided to grit through it. But oh, it was rough, and it was like if the whole game was like that, I just could not. like, it is a question, I think, of, like, there's two kind of categories of, like, game liker, I think, and one is, people who are playing for challenge, and one is people who are playing to relax. I think there's kind of two main buckets you can kind of sort people's gameplay into, and some people like to do both at different times, and some people like one way more than the other, and like I'm mostly trying to relax. So, getting like ultra frustrated is not like fun for me, and then there's never the like, yeah, of like overtopping the challenge, because like the thing that they want me to do, I just physically can't do. Like I just can't get it fast enough, and like it is frustrating, but like at least when I get wrecked in an RPG battle, I pretty much know why. And I usually have a good idea of how to fix it. And so then it does become enjoyable in a challenge way, in a way that a lot of other game types aren't for me, because it lets me make intricate little plans and, like, you know, use, like, because not only do you have to decide what to do, but you have to kind of look through, like, all of the stuff that you have, and who, you know, who can do statuses, and, like, who can, you know, whose elementals are weak against whose others' elementals, and, like, yeah, like, I love that shit. I like to make a little squinchy plan, and then carry out my little squinchy plan, and see it work. Like, I finally got past the, Undead Swamp in Chapter fucking 2 of Final Fantasy Tactics. Like, this game is not playing... It is not playing with you. And then there's people... My ex was like, from a long time ago, was like, oh, and then you just do this, and then you get this, like, infinite item glitch or whatever, and then you don't ever have to die, or, like, you can, like, glitch out the EXP or whatever, and I'm just like, why would you do that? Like, what is the point of playing Final Fantasy Tactics if you're not gonna, like, let it beat your ass? That's the point. The point of it is to say that you, like, figure... Because each one of these battles is like a tiny puzzle. And the point of having played through any portion of Final Fantasy Tactics is to, like, unravel the puzzle. And, like, if you're... That's all the game is. Like, it's not anything else. Like, it's not like when you're playing Resident Evil 4 and, like, you know, there's these dangus puzzles that you have to figure out, and they're like, okay, it's so difficult or whatever, and it's just, like, kind of a break in the gameplay. Like, no! That's all the game is. It's all battles. It is a strategy game of strategery puzzle battles, with some very weird takes on, not weird takes, but, like, and very extended lore dumps in between about, like, made-up European country history, and, like, clearly, at least partially based on the War of the Roses. I'm betting... Right? It's the name of it tells you that it's this thing. And so, yeah, it's not that I, like, don't think that overcoming a challenge in a video game is worthwhile. I get it. It's definitely worthwhile. I love just, like, a like, we will never get a Yakuza RPG that is tuned to the battle level that I would prefer. Because everyone else would hate it. But I would love it. But everyone else would hate it. Just give me a nightmare mode from straight off. That's all I want. Please. 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 Just a hard mode. Can I just boot into a hard mode from the start of the game? Please. That's all I want. But, like, I don't know how many other people want that in their Yakuza game, but I want it. Like, just absolutely ruin some bitches. Let's go. But yeah, I guess I do think there's a lot of, like, merit and, like, fun to be had by, like, doing, like, hard things in video games, or just hard things, like, that are a hobby, like video games. But, like, I'm the bet. Let's go, Genjiro. Oh, come on, man. I need another heart. I was trying to run him out. Damn, it didn't work. I figured it was worth one more bet to see if I could, like, bluff him out. Because it does work sometimes. Yeah, I guess the thing that I personally don't like in video games, and I think no one likes this, is, a challenge that is unsurmountable. Like, I don't, like, enjoy getting my face kicked in and then never getting anything for that, and just not being able to progress. That sucks. It feels bad. But, like, Josh played both of the Zelda games. Like, I didn't play them at all. The only thing I did was, like, cook. And kind of wiener around and catch fish and stuff. But, like, I didn't really do anything else. But, like, it was fun. He had a good time. I like watching other, like, clearly y'all do as well. I enjoy watching people play video games. Oh, fuck, yes! Bet 'em up, baby! Yes! Let's go! And I've got to have the high card here, so let's go on down to hell together. Oh, fuck! That sucks. I'll go one more. I gotta stay in on the king, though. Like, that's pretty good. It's kind of bad, isn't it? I'm gonna try it. Okay, fold. Thank you. I was really hoping to get to paint again before this, but I just haven't been able to, and it sucks. Like, I was really enjoying my routine of, like, painting on the weekends, and then I couldn't, and that, I don't like it as much. Yeah, I'll get back to it. I mean, I'm sure, you know, Josh keeps telling me, and I know that he's right. Like, you'll feel better eventually. You'll probably feel better soon. And I know that that's true. I just, like... To quote the Smiths, how soon is now? You know? Yeah, I know that you can relate, Forstine. I appreciate you. I was like... I just was feeling pretty good. And I was really enjoying the painting. And like... I gotta be honest, all of the time that I have to spend on capitalism bullshit, making money so that we don't die and whatnot, I just really wish I could paint instead of having to do that. Yeah, it sucks, Beavis, it just sucks. It's true. Like, I just really... No? Oh. That sucks. He's gonna get like 2 though. That's fine. You win. Like, I would really just like... I just want to paint. That's all I want. I just want to paint and play video games, eat hot chip and lie. That's all I want. I've been enjoying following you, setting up your art space and getting back into painting. It's so great you've been able to do that. Yeah, it's been really awesome. Yeah, I mean, it's great that I can do, like, you know, that I have this stuff or anything, but I just, like, when it comes to, like, art stuff, I've just always been really greedy, and all I want is to do it all the time. It's all I want. Nice. I'll take it. Do not call coy. One of the things that's really, really nice about this space, the way that I've got it set up now, is that, like, all of the art supplies are, like, available to be used. Like, oh, sick. The alcohol markers are out and sorted. Why would you do that? This person has made an enormous mistake. Good for me, I guess. I was like, why didn't you take the sake cup? It makes no sense. Yeah. Because, like, you could already see that I had the cherry blossoms. Like, I mean, if you want to be, foolish, I guess we can go. Yeah. Like, I've got all the alcohol markers are out and sorted so that when I consult my swatch book, I can just go straight to the thing. Because before I had them in these, like, carriers, and then that was put away, around and underneath things, so like I had to get both of the carriers out, see if I had the right one, make sure that I was looking at it, and then figure out like where it was by like the you know, the number. And like now I still have to find out where it is by the number, but it's sorted. Like I can just go to the rack of alcohol markers and just be like, okay, it's a Winsor & Newton 076 or whatever it is, and they're in order, and I know which ones are which, and I just go, yep, this is this, and this is this. And so like within 5 minutes of like thinking I would like to make an alcohol marker drawing, I can have all the colors I need out. And like that was not true before. That was like a 30-minute fucking process. And anything that like I just get exhausted taking stuff like up and down all the time. And then it makes me not want to do things. And so, like, everything is, like, available. So, it's not a question of, like, oh, I had an idea, but I can't. The only things that are available to me are pens and some, like, you know, pencils or something. Like, oh, I had an idea, and I have these, like, crayons, but if I want to use anything other than crayons, I can't, because everything's put away. Or like, if I want to make collages, I can't, because I don't know where all the collage stuff is, and it's put away and it's not in order. You know, like, I can just have ideas, and then I probably have the supplies to do them, like, on hand. And when I don't, I can just spend $15 getting masking fluid, and then I do. So it's like, I need to have the supplies on me. Because if I have to stop and get supplies, I'm not gonna do it. I'm sorting my fabric so I don't need to excavate a million things to find something. Yes! I did the same thing with this, like, I am not gonna tell this story right now because it's actually kind of sad, but, I inherited, I guess, a box of really old thread. And then, like, someone that I worked with also gave me a box of, like, thread from, like, their grandmother that they didn't know what to do with. So I just had all this thread, thrown into a Tupperware container. And, like, not only was it, like, jumbled up and you couldn't see what was there, but it was tangled. So it was, the worst. Like, the absolute worst. Yeah, like, keep buying the same thing. Right, why do you think I have, like, 8 spools of plain black thread? Is that the same reason? But, yeah, I got, like, threads, like, all the threads sorted out, and it's, like, in these, like, spool things, like spool carriers. Like, it's this big carry thing. Forstine, do you know about these? It's like a carry case, but instead of having, like, I don't know, like, instead of being like a business person briefcase and it has places for your laptop and your phone or whatever, it's just got spools. It's got little thingies to put spools on. Little sticks? I guess. Little sticks. It's just a butt ton of little sticks, and you put spools of thread on it. And I got 2 of those, and sorted my thread situation out. And so now, when my pants wore a hole in them, I could just mend them. Without having to get more thread, because of course I had thread in that color. I have thread in every fucking color, because I have all this thread, but I couldn't do anything with it. I was very pleased by that, because, like, I did manage yesterday to mend some pants. I was like, well, I can't do a lot, but I can do some mending. Oh, buddy. I win. Ah. I'll play again. So, like, I should not need thread for a long time. Although I did buy, I did a little upholstery repair. Thanks, Reg. So I had to get some, upholstery thread. And, like, I don't know what happened to my like, I know I had curved upholstery needles before, but I don't know what happened to them, so I had to, purchase new ones of those. But at least now, the next time he decides to go ram me on a piece of furniture, I'll actually have the needle to fix it with. Why was... Oh, it's because it's the first round. I had gotten a couch once that was, severely, like, cat damaged. Like, the cats had torn, like, I want to say 3 by 4 foot holes in multiple sides of the couch. And the top, like, part of the arm was, like, off, and, it was good couch, but, like, it had been ripped absolutely to shit. And this person was getting another couch, and so they were like, well, I mean, it's pretty ripped up, but, like, you know, my couch was, like, the springs had all given out because it was, like, 20 years old, and so, another hand-me-down. And so they were like, oh, well, do you want this one? It's, like, it's pretty beat up, but, you know, like, if you can overlook that, like, the springs and everything are still good, and the frame's still good. And so I was like, okay. So I started brainstorming, y'all. That's not a thing? Oh, it's not, is it? And I thought, how can I, like, fix this couch? Fuck me. Oh, my luck has turned. And I knew that there was no heckin' way I could, like, repair this thing to where it wouldn't, like, be obvious that, like, I could not, like, reupholster it, you know? Like, I don't have the tools. I did not have the tools in my tiny New Jersey apartment or the know-how to do that. So I was like, well, okay, so you can't fix it to where it looks like it never got anything happen to it. What could you do instead? And I was like, well, I could patch it. Ahaha, I still won. And so that's what I did. I used, like, fabric glue. Like, the places where the stuffing had come out, I got polyfill and restuffed all of the, back cushions. And then I, like, took a picture of it, and I went to the fabric store, and I went and looked at upholstery fabrics, and I was looking for something that would coordinate, but not be, like, super matchy. Because I didn't want to be like, oh, I'm trying to hide these patches. I wanted to buy, like, pretty fabric. Because, like, upholstery fabric, I mean, I don't remember. I think I was expecting it to be expensive. Because sometimes fabric can be expensive. Anytime some dangling is like, oh, you don't like, you, you don't like the clothing availability that you have, why don't you just learn how to sew? And I'm like, oh, or like, oh, it would be cheaper just to learn how to sew? And I'm like, have you been in a Joann's Fabric, like, and seen how much fucking twill suiting and shit like that costs? Fuck you! You don't know what you're talking about! Like, no it isn't, and also, it's very time consuming, and you need an amount of skill that I don't have. It's so time consuming. Like, I have done stuff like retailor like a neckline so that it doesn't gap weirdly. Like, I can put a dart in. I can make a pillowcase. I can make curtains. I have done all of those things. But, like, that's, you know, so, like, yeah, I could make a circle skirt that has a snap closure on it. But, like, you know, most people could do that after about, like, a little bit of instruction and somebody else setting up the sewing machine for you. Like, that's not that hard. You need time, you need knowledge, you need space, and you need money. Like, bitch, you think they're just giving out sewing machines for fucking free? Are you kidding? Like, the price of fabric per yard, it is not a joke. People don't say that to be serious. They're just trying to shut you up. And it's like, then people don't have to do that. Why should I have to do that? I mean, I'm just like, yeah, why don't you go make all your clothes by hand from scratch, and those are the only things you're allowed to wear out anywhere, and we'll see how well you do. And it's like, don't make suggestions to me that you haven't tried yourself. 'Cause, like, that's always some bullshit. Sometimes frustration expenses. Sometimes I get so mad at a project it has to go sit in a corner. Ah, that thing where you get the bobbin all fucked up and like you get this like asshole rat's nest on the bottom of the fabric and it just, no matter what, the like respin a new bobbin, adjust the tension, you know, like, fuck it, let's use different thread, like, nothing is working. Man, nothing kills my interest in continuing something like that. And it happens so often. Oh, I broke a sewing needle. Oh, the fucking bobbin's fucked up again. Oh, the cat got up here. Now the fucking tension knob's messed up. Fuck me. The bobbin snarl, man, just absolute brutality. Not to mention constantly having to get up and iron shit. There's ironing involved. I told Josh I would make one of his old t-shirts into a pillow. And I haven't done it yet, but I did buy the polyfill for it. But I am seriously considering, even though I know exactly where my sewing machine is, and if it works right, it would be a bajillion times faster. I am considering hand sewing the, which I'm a really good hand sewer, so like I definitely could hand sew, no prob, like a pillowcase that it would look perfectly fine. I'd probably sew it mostly on the outside, or I'd do like do an inside like whip stitch, and then do like an outside like kind of, I don't know, decorative stitch in a contrasting color, so that the place where you sewed it up at the bottom is not so freaking obvious. But like, I am seriously considering hand doing it, even though doing it on the machine would be a God's own butt ton easier, just because like I thought about getting the machine out, and then I thought about the bobbin snarl, and then I went, can we just hand sew this? Is that doable? I think it might be doable. I think that's probably what I'm going to end up doing. You just about spend more time pressing than sewing. That is the truth. Or like doing those little clips. The thing where you're like doing it on a curve, and you have to do the like, you have to clip the interior seam so that it'll lay down right, so that it actually can be pressed because it's curved. Oh. Grading a bunch of layers so the seam isn't bulky. Yeah, I'm like, you know, you gotta clip them little, you gotta clip them bitches. You gotta clip like, little triangles into them and shit. Worst. I mean, I swore I was gonna, at one point, I was like, I had convinced myself that I could make a quilt, and I'm like, I'm sure I could technically make a quilt, but I don't know if my frustration level will allow me to make a quilt, if you get what I mean. Like, I don't know if I've got, like, the ability to, like, not freak out about the sewing machine long enough to make a quilt. Like, making curtains for my old house was like, that was a trial. They were cute as heck though. I went to IKEA and got the IKEA fabric to make curtains with. Cause I was like, dang it, I want these curtains to be cute, but I don't have a lot of money. And it was a real tall windows, some of them. Like, if I want to do the thing bad enough, I'll get the sewing machine out, but if it had been like, the thing is not that I don't want to do this pillow thing. It's more that I'm like, but it's one pillow. So like, why bother? It might be quicker, considering how long it's been since I've used the sewing machine, to like just do it by hand. My machine was skipping stitches the last time, so it's gonna require some additional fuckery before I can sew. Like, yeah, it's like you have to turn yourself into a like little mini mechanic. I mean, that's like why I've kind of had some trouble with the retro pie, is because like I can't get it to, like, output video right now, and I have an idea of what I think the problem may be, and an idea of what the fix might be, but, like, I just got so frustrated with it that I was like, I'm just gonna put this down and come back to it, and now it's got a little hanky over it, and while it sits in the Project No corner. I use vintage machines because a decent modern machine is thousands of dollars, but it means I need to know how to service them myself. Yeah, I don't have a decent... I have like a, you know... I have a hobbyist machine, but like, you did a textile degree, so that's different. It's like how I'm like... I simply will not be purchasing and using student grade oil paints. Thank you. I want the nice oil paints. Because I deserve that. And because I know the difference, and I know what I'm doing, and I'm gonna use them. You know what I mean? Yeah, the RetroPie is sitting under the shame hanky right now. Oh, I don't think I can buy anything. Hang on, man. I'll get back around to it eventually. So these machines from Walmart or whatever are designed in some dingus way that things are going to be more frustrating just because they're jerks. I have like a I think it's a low-end model Singer. And I do believe that was gifted to me, so. Because at the time that I got it, I don't think I could have afforded that. Even the lowest end model. But, like, Cindy had her own serger, okay? Like, she knows how to sew. Like, not only does she have, like, a full, like, setup, but she also had a home serger, and you have to be pretty serious to do that. Because, like, I ain't got that. I'm not ever gonna have that. Yeah, because you're serious. That's why you have a serger. I'm not serious about, like, the sewing machine. To me, the reason why I have a sewing machine is because there is some shit you need a sewing machine for. And if you don't have a sewing machine, you can't do those things. And I want to be able to do those things if I decide that I want to. But, like, I don't really like using it. As a person who sews a lot, I absolutely don't recommend that people learn how to sew. No, I would never recommend that to people because it's like, why would you just, like, tell people to go get, like, super frustrated? That's good. Plus, like, I don't know. I mean, the thing is, too, is, like, you can always tell when people are just saying bullshit just to say something. It's like, you don't always have to have an opinion on things. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes I don't know. And so I don't have an opinion. It's not gonna kill you to just not say anything. You know? Like, and if it's the first thing that comes to mind, someone else has probably already said it. And, like, to me, I just have this, like, real aversion to, like, saying things because other people are saying them. It's just boring to me to be like, well, I'm just gonna repeat what everyone else is saying because, like, what if everyone else is wrong? And also, like, they're all saying it already, so, like, what do I need to say it for? Like, it's been said. That's boring to me. So, like, I'm not gonna do that anyway. But also, like, if it's the first thing that comes to mind, probably someone has already said it. But also, like, people, like, commanding other people to do things, that is almost always from a place of pure, throbbing ignorance. Like, just the hot, throbbing core of pure and total ignorance and foolishness. Like, you can't demand that adults do things. Like, you have to persuade people. And you don't know what you're talking about, clearly. And, like, not knowing what you're talking about is not very persuasive. I just, like, common knowledge is wrong so often that, like, people have made entire careers off of, like, showing people that their common knowledge is wrong. Because it's that common to be wrong about it. So, like, and the few times that I've been like, oh yeah, when you pay off your car, people say that you can, like, only cancel your insurance except for liability, that shit pulled right back around and bit me right in the ass. So, like, every time I just go off of, like, stuff that people say to each other to seem like they know what they're talking about, like, I end up being like, that was wrong! Because when someone hauled off and hit that car, red guy! On the side of the road and then drove off in a hit and run, there was no coverage. So even though it was paid off, now we don't have a car because it was broken in such a way that it would have cost more to fix it, but also it was no longer, like, road legal. So, like, now fucking what? You know? Oh yeah. I would simply sew all my own clothes, problem solved, in quotes. Yeah, I mean, I'll believe that when I see it. Do it then. Do it then. Go do it then. Sacred wood. Oh, this is not that good. What did I want this for? Buddy, this sucks. It stands to reason, and I'm just like, it's usually so smug too, and it's just like, the people who know the least are the most smug about the shit that they don't know anything about, because they've never experienced it or thought about anything other than, like, first thoughts. I have a little bit of a, like, thing about that, and also just, like, you know what I want to do? I want to do bandit missions. Can I do bandit missions? I don't know if we have enough time. I feel like if I go over there, I'm going to trigger the thingy. Oh, it's in the middle of the street. I guess I won't. Alright, let me see if I can zip zoom over there and just do a bandit mission. I think that would be cool. Maybe. Maybe I'll just... I could just go play more Mahjong. That's pretty appealing. Let's do that. It's Mahjong time. Yeah, people don't seem to understand a lot of times that, like, robots are not making your clothes. Human beings are making your clothes. And the cheaper the clothes are, the, like, worse conditions they're being made in. Because there is not a way to make clothes without people doing stuff. Like, we are not at the point where we can make clothes without human labor being involved. That's not a thing. Sewing clothing is really skilled labor, especially with cheap materials. Cheap materials don't act right. That's true. They, like, want to bunch and stretch and do all kinds of weird stuff. Yeah, it's only experience that will really, like, give you that knowledge, because so much of it is by feel, right? Because, like, I got some reference book with the oil paintings. Almost all of it has been not that helpful. I watched a couple of videos. Only one of those was helpful at all. I'm sure as I continue to come back into the oil painting, I'll be like, let's see what I can dig up on YouTube, because there's definitely people giving you the toots, which I appreciate. Because it's been a really long time, and I've also switched solvents and mediums, and that switching away from the odorless turpentine is a big deal. And it means not only am I, like, relearning, I'm also having to recalibrate the things that I don't remember, or don't remember as well, you know? Like, it's not like I forgot how to do it. It's more like, because I didn't. It's just that there's this, like, feel aspect to it, like what it feels like to do it. And that, like, a lot of it is practice with the eye, but a lot of it is also practice for the feel of it. Like, this is the consistency that you want with this other consistency, because you're not just mixing for color, you're also mixing for consistency. Like, all the time. And so different consistencies will behave in different ways, like very, very different ways. And, like, you just can't really explain that with words. You have to do it. And then once you've done it enough, you know. I don't remember a lot of sewing things. It's going to take me quite a while to get back into the rhythm of things, despite the muscle memory. I'm so happy for you to be pulling out the fabric and stuff. That's so rad. I hope that you keep us updated on Discord if you would like to, of, like, how that is going and what you're, you know, kind of thinking of and stuff. Only if you want to. But if you do, I'd love to see your progress in your little projects and stuff. I think Cindy thought I was gonna end up being a better seamstress than I did. Because, like, I like sewing. I just don't like dealing with the machine. I remember the pants! Those were some good pants. I want to sign up. Sign me up. I just was like, because of when I did that meow picture for Space Dandy, I thought, like, it was so cool that I could go where the, like, I could go where the piece was taking me. Like, I was kind of I ended up doing the coloring with alcohol markers, which is really standard for illustration, but, like, it's not standard for fine arts because of the light fastness issue. But they're so great to work with. I get why people like them, because they're great. And if you're, you know, if it's for printing, then, like, you don't really want to do that. If it's for something that's, like, gonna be printed, then you don't, like, need to keep, like, an eternal proof of the work. Like, the print is the work. And until, like, with illustration, until it's, like, printed, it's all kind of mock-ups, really. not that, like, original pieces aren't, like, sick and cool, but, like, there's no, like, inherent benefit, for an illustrator a lot of times in their, like, daily work to, like, worrying about light fastness. They don't really need to worry about that. But fine artists do worry about that a lot. They worry about light fastness, and then they worry about archival, like whether things are archival or not. I was like on here the other day, like fretting about whether or not rubber cement was archival, because it's just so ingrained into me that like I have to care about whether or not things are perfectly archival or not. But I don't, is the thing. Because, like, I don't actually need to worry about that, because I'm making these things for video purpose. So once they're made into a video, then, like, right now they're just mock-ups. And, like, you know, when the pieces are cool, that's cool. But I'll probably just put them in a Tupperware somewhere, and then it doesn't matter if, like, they're perfectly light fast. I'm also switching from sewing film-shaped things to less so, trying to figure out how to fit stuff now. It'll be different. It will be different, but I bet you it'll be really cool. Maybe it'll be, like, feel really affirming. That would be nice. Or maybe it'll just be a fun project. Or maybe you'll have to make a project go sit in the naughty corner. Who's to say? I have some fabrics I intended to make dresses out of, and now something else. Nice. That's so cool. It's nice to have things that are the right gender and still feel like me. Aww. I love that. Boom. Menswear can be really drab. I feel so strongly about that. Just because, like, when it's not, it's so, like, vibrant and delightful. Like, the shapes are such, like, you know, you can't mess with the shapes. Like, that's, like, classic. Like, the classic, masculine shapes are, like, so good. Like, a well-tailored suit is so good. Everybody looks good. It's like a A-line, like a skater dress, or like a kind of like a princess, or is it princess? You know, the under bust. Is that princess bust? That's not right. I'm thinking of princess seams. But like those dresses that are like somewhat fitted over the bust, and then they fall like free. That's a pretty good look for a lot of different bodies. I mean, I think it's a good look really for anybody who likes that kind of look. Like, if you don't want to wear that, then, like, I get it. But, like, if you do like a dress, like, you really can't go wrong with that. Especially in a little bit of a stretch fabric. Like, it just looks so nice on everybody. And, like, suits, same. I would like to see, like, I don't know. I just like, I don't think, how to put this? I don't know. I'm like, I just think it's, like, cool when cis dudes, like, experiment with, like, makeup and wearing feminine clothing. Not as a joke, but, like, just because, like, nail polish rules, and, like, eyeliner looks good on everybody, and, like, Like, more eyeliner looks great on everybody. And flowers are cool. And, like, you know, just, like, I don't know. I think it's rad when people do that. I think, I don't, like, I don't really think that makeup should have to be a gender. I mean, I know that it kind of is, but why? It's just cool. Like, it's just sparkly. Who doesn't love a little sparkly? My partner wears nail polish all the time now. He has a whole collection of colors. Yeah, it's just for fun. It's just meant to be fun. And, you know, if it's not fun, then, like, you know, don't do it. But, like, I don't know. I'm just, like, sometimes it's fun. And, like, it's nice when things are fun. Like, I don't know. I just don't think, I just, like, the less restrictive that, like, gender binaries are, it just, like, leaves more room for people to just be comfortable and have fun. And, like, what kind of butthole wants people to be uncomfortable and miserable all the time and never have any fun? Like, that sucks. Like, you're no fun at parties, clearly. Look at the K-pop artists. Hey, Elpida, yeah, they look great. They wear makeup. Nice. Yeah, I think I have seen that, and I think it looks great because I think makeup looks it just looks good on people. It's just cool. Yeah, I'll take that. Hey, Talk! Nice to see you. I don't know if I should have took that. Oh, I guess it's fine. Oh, you're fine. Don't worry about it. This is better. Infinite wealth is stealing you. Listen, I know I can't compete. I get it. I mean, hey, when I get done here, what do you think I'm gonna be doing? Back to it, baby! Oh, yes, now this is correct. I'm winning. It's real easy to lose time in Yakuza 8. Ooh, baby. Okay. I see an opportunity. So, what I'm thinking here is because the 3 of bamboo is showing, that means the 4 of bamboo is the Dora. So I have 2 3 of bamboo and 2 5 of bamboo. So if people put out the Dora tile, then I should be able to steal it and get 2 Doras that way. Now, the question is whether or not I can close the deal afterwards, but having those 2 east is looking pretty promising. So I like that. Hell yeah. Alright, so... Now what am I gonna do for a pair? Fuck me. Y'all, I have done fucked up. It's fine. I'll just use the, 8. Can't use the dragon. Just get rid of this 9. I didn't want that, man. I got 3 threes now? What's going on here, man? I just want another 4. Can we make that happen? Oh, my plans! Boo. So, since I haven't been feeling well and I have not been able to do my little handy person chores, I've been more working on my cross stitch. I'm currently working on a piece of it's a sampler for the final countdown video that I want to do, and it says we all miss her so, because I'm a little bit obsessed with that line. Ooh, baby. There we go. I gotta keep something to be a pair, man. Come on. And I know, because people on the internet love to be killjoys, and people are gonna be like, here's the obvious answer for what it means, and I'm just gonna be like, don't be a dork. Don't be a boring fun ruiner. Let people have fun speculation when they want to. It's like how they ruined Blade Runner. Like, nobody asked you to do that. You didn't need to do that. You could have just let people continue to enjoyably speculate and not give them the answer. The point of it is not the answer. The point of it is the conversation. No mystery allowed. Like, what do you... It's like, you want some... Why do people want people to tell them... Other people to tell them what stuff means? Like, you don't want to, like, be like, ooh, I have an idea of what it means. Like, come on, that's, like, fun. That's the fun part. And now everybody just knows because you just came out and told them, like, boo. That's why we have death of the author, because sometimes we need the author to be quiet so that we can continue to have an enjoyable conversation. That's what it's for. Like, yeah. So you say. It's really just about making your own meaning. Which is, like, super legit. And people should do that. Why not? It's fun. People can develop their own meaningful interpretations of things. That's a sign of successful art. Yeah! That's what art school says. Okay. It's like, there were definitely some professors who were like, if there is one way to interpret your piece, then you are being disastrously unsubtle. We're gonna need you to go with your, we're gonna need some second and third thoughts here, man. I mean, probably my design degree is, like, part of why I have such a distaste for saying things that have already been said, because it's like, man, you really don't want to do that. Like, you want there to be multiple, like, you need more than one level for a successful piece. We were, yeah, in this crit, and the artist kept saying, no, this is specifically about me and my specific problem, and it's like, well, conversation over. Yeah. Now, where do we go from there? And it's just like, that's not, you didn't do enough. Like, that's what my costume design professor would have said. You didn't do enough, and you didn't go far enough. And, like, if it's just, like, you're just stopping on, like, level 1, what else is there? And it's like, well, nothing. And it's just like, okay, well, if there's nothing, then it's gotta be the most perfect version of that thing possible. Do you know what I mean? I was showing Josh, because he got me this book of, Saul Bass posters. If you're not familiar with Saul Bass, he did a lot of really iconic, movie posters. Vertigo is one that you might be familiar with. But if you look up Saul Bass and, like, movie poster, like, you'll see them. They're extremely distinctive. You'll know exactly what you're looking at. So, I was showing Josh, because I was talking about, like, I wasn't talking to him, I was just thinking, and then I brought him into my already ongoing thoughts. So, you know, like how I always do. That's my way. So I was thinking about the Space Dandy promo and, like, stuff that I wanted to say about it when I feel better. And I'm kind of at the point with that where I'm, like, pretty much ready to do audio, but, and I can't really do anything with it until I get the audio done, so, you know, it's kind of at a stuck point with that. And the only other thing I kind of have a good idea of where I'm going with it is, like, the final countdown, and for that I'm just doing cross stitch, so I guess I am working on it in my way. But yeah, I was like marched up to him and was like, look at this! He's like, huh? It was for, I think it's called Bonjour, hang on. It's in the hall. I'm not gonna say this wrong, because, like, I haven't seen this movie, but this poster is amazing, so hang on one sec. It is Bonjour Tristesse. It's French, and I don't know French. I'm apologizing for that. But it is, it's a poster. I read the back of the poster, even though I don't really know what the movie's about. But the movie basically gives you this little summary, and it's like, okay, this is a movie about a rich girl. She has a crush. It goes badly, and and I was like, look at this, and he goes, huh? And I'm like, this movie is about a rich girl who has a crush, and it goes badly. And he's like, okay. Have you seen the movie? And I was like, no, I read the poster back. And I was just like, it's got a gold background because she's rich, and her eyes are hearts because she has a crush, and there's a big tear because it fucking goes badly. But even with that, as simple as it is, there's still more going on, because there's a brush stroke, and then there's the, like, the color choice of the brush stroke against the gold background. But, like, I was like, and it goes straight down to the name of the damn movie. Because at the end of the day, it's promo. So it does its job. But, like, something like that might seem like, oh, that's, like, the kind of thing that you're talking about because it's too simple. But it's like, no, it's not really, because, like, for one thing, it's, like, a kind of perfect example of the thing that it is. But also, like, even there's still more levels than just one. And some of it is a little more symbolic and, you know. Because, like, I turned in this project for costume design that was, it was for the musical Anything Goes, which I was not familiar with before this project. I had to go to the library and check out a record and listen to it so I could have some kind of idea as to what the thing was that I was designing for, because that gives you an idea of the year that it was. And, like, but you couldn't just be like, I'm designing for anything, I'm designing costumes for the cast of Anything Goes. It's like, I'm designing a costume for the cast of Anything Goes in the style of Art Deco. That was good. That was an acceptable project. Or, like, I'm gonna do, what was the other one I did? I'm gonna do Pippin like it's a Vegas show. And so I'm gonna design, like, Vegas showgirl outfits for the cast of Pippin. And then she would let you go. But, like, if you didn't have the in the style of, it's no good. Like, you don't even have anywhere to start. And then I'd bring back drawings, and she would just be like, these are first thoughts. These are first thoughts. I need your second and third thoughts. Like, she's like, I don't even want to see your second thoughts. I want to see your third thoughts. And then she'd make me redo all the drawings. And I, at one point, had thought that what she was trying to go for was that she wanted it to be more complicated, but the drawings that I turned in for, that I eventually kind of went to for the Anything Goes project, I think was the thing that she liked that I did the most. And I had, like, really incredibly simplified, like, the silhouettes and stuff. I used French curves, and then I drew these just, like, incredibly simplified, almost stick figure people, but with, like, lines and curves like they were, you know, Art Deco, with, like, you know, detailing like that, but, like, it was more to show the, like, you know, little details and stuff. And that I had put, like, kind of in the stuff. And I think she even made me redo that part because she was like, no one will see that. Because that's the other thing, too, is it's like, it also has, if it's for stage, it also has to read from the back. And, like, the people in the first row are not that close to the actors. Like, especially if there's an orchestra pit. Like, if you've built out over the pit and more into the audience, and you're not actually using an orchestra, then you can get a little bit closer, but even then, you're going to be significant, most places, you're going to be elevated above, like, you know, the actors. So, like, there's a lot of stuff you have to take into account, like, is it a black box? You know, is it an amphitheater? I got an assignment I just about cried over in set design class when I was instructed to design for a Greek tragedy in the round, like, for sets. And I was just like, what do I do? Because I had ideas for just about everything except in the round. I could not, like, it took me so long to, like, wrap my head around, like, how you could do that. Because you have to make, in the round means this, the stage is round, and the actors can be seen from every angle. And they have to be visible from all sides, which makes it rough. It makes it incredibly rough, and you can't like fall back on here's what a traditional Greek theater would be like, because them bitches was amphitheaters. They were like, I think like 3/4 amphitheaters, and they had an offstage. When you're in the round, you don't really have an offstage in the same way. You have trapdoors and like those kinds of systems. You can fly people in and out. You can have trapdoors. Sometimes there's scaffolding for like flying people in and out. But you don't want to do a lot of that. Like that's a lot of harnesses, and then you know, you can't always do that. But like, I think what I ended up going with was I made a scrim box. Like I went with a scrim box because I could not figure out what else to do, because like we had to have like a building in this thing. And like scrim is a type of fabric that's used in theater. It's used to make flats and drops. Flats are basically like giant canvases, and drops are kind of exactly what they sound like. It's like a long piece of like fabric or canvas that is not, it's not stretched like a flat would be. And so scrims are when you use a type of fabric on a flat or a drop that when it's lit one way, it looks completely opaque, and when it's lit another way, it's see-through. Um, and so like I had a fly-in scrim box, and so like all of the pieces would like fly in and out, which see, now I'm using jargon, but like flying them in basically is when you drop them from the ceiling. So like anything that's above, so like for in the round, you can conceal things in the like upper rafters sometimes. And so like that's how I designed it, was there was like there were, you know, black draperies or like some kind of hidden thing for the rafters, and you know where the lighting and stuff is, and then there would be rigging that would lower or fly in like four sides of a flat to make like a building, and then it could be flown back out again. And then like from different sides it could be lit so that like it can look opaque, and then it can look transparent. Also, you can paint scrim, so it will really like, especially it looks really good, like especially from like, we're still using the same tricks, y'all. We are still using the same lighting tricks that people have been using for 100 years. It is literally smoke and mirrors sometimes, actual smoke. But yeah, if you paint it, it can look as solid as another flat. And then, like, you know you've done a really good job with scrim work. If, like, when the lighting hits, the audience, like, gasps. You're like, oh! Because they're like, oh my god, it's clear now! And, like, when you're in, like, it doesn't sound that impressive, but, like, when you're in the room, it really can be. And it's, like, one of our favorite tricks. Alright, well, let's end on scrim tricks, I guess. And, because we got a little bit over, so I'll go ahead and save. And I gotta get back to, infinite wealth, as do, other people as well. I have to release Hawk back to infinite wealth and myself. Alright, y'all, that's the stream. Thank you for coming and hanging out with me. I really do appreciate it. Thank you to everybody who is in the chat. Everybody who comes by and chats with me helps to make things a lot more fun for me and more fun for y'all. And, like, thank you. I appreciate it so much. Thank you to everybody who comes by and doesn't chat. Everybody who comes by and checks out the stream, even if it's for a little bit of time, helps to make the stream better. It helps us to grow. It makes us more visible. and I do want to keep growing. And but also it's just nice to know that you're there. Thank you. Thank you to everybody who watches the VODs later. It's a huge compliment to me, and I appreciate it so much. And thank you most of all to our mods, Hawk and Forstein, and to my subscribers. Y'all, the stream superstars. Thank you. I appreciate y'all. I'm still feeling sick, so I I I I know about the movie. I think we should probably expect it to be at least another week. I don't know. I can't plan because I don't know when I'm gonna feel well enough to do it. But I haven't forgotten about it. So, just so you know. So that's gonna be it for me. My name is Allie. I'm from Ok2BeFat because it is okay to be fat. This has been Yakuza, Like a Dragon Ishin. Don't worry about the movie either. I will tell y'all. I'm not just gonna pop over here and be like, movie time. Like, I'll make sure that people know. Um, I'll see you on Friday? Yeah, Friday. I think Friday. Yes, Friday. I'll see you on Friday if you can make it. Thank you, oh Peter. That's so sweet. I appreciate it. I will definitely try to concentrate on feeling better, and we'll get back to the regular routine as soon as possible. But have a great rest of your day or night, y'all, and I'll see you on Friday if you can make it, and if you can't, I will see you when you can. That's it. I gotta go. It's time to go see H-Bot again. Bye!